There will be no more of that. That's going to be this message today, guys. Thank you for being here wherever you are in the world. Welcome. Blessings. So yeah, right off the bat, I want to go ahead and jump in because I have a lot to do. I have a whole lot of errands to run and I have to go take care of my grandma. But this kind of goes along with the Aquarius message I just did. It's feeling like it, but as soon as I clicked off their video, I heard there will be no more of that. So we're going to get a message on that today. This will be a general, anyone, wherever you are, whatever your zodiac sign, doesn't matter. You're welcome, and this could resonate for you. This may not also be you. It could be someone connected to your energy. But it's along the lines of zero tolerance. No more at all. I'm not doing it. There will be absolutely none of that. I heard a song earlier. I don't know who sings it, and I feel like maybe it comes from some sort of like siren movie or show. I have to look more into it, but I just heard it today, so I didn't have the time. But I think the lyrics are like, get in the water, or I'll raise the tide so high, all of Ithaca will die. Get in the water. It's a demand. This is a demand. I'm also hearing on demand, but I'm definitely getting where it's like people being demanded to do something or else. Now, this could be in the government. It could be worldwide. It could be where people are forced to do something or else. It's like a threat in a way. There's almost like, oh. Well, we'll keep it worldwide. I feel like this message, that's probably why I got it in general, huh? And it wasn't necessarily like a love message. I don't think this is a love message. I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think maybe all of us could be forced to do something in the near future, or a particular group of people, maybe a country, something. It's where it's like, it's definitely the vibe of or else. Get in the water. Get in the car. Get in the house. Get in. If you don't, this will be the outcome. It actually reminds me, what was it? I was reading earlier the book of the Maccabees, and I think it was like, is it the second chapter or the third chapter? I don't remember, but he's basically saying, if you do not come with us and follow the king, we will kill you all. We'll kill your family. We'll kill your children. We'll kill your cattle. We will completely wipe you off the face of this planet if you do not come with us. But if you surrender and you give in and you listen, we'll take you with us and you will be spared. And they were like, absolutely not. We're not going against God. We are not following you. We are not giving in. We will not surrender. And those who do not surrender were slain. They were completely wiped off, wiped out, and they called it in their secret places. So, I mean, that happens, doesn't it? It's been happening since the beginning of time, where it's like this forced into obedience. Or scared into obedience. That could be what people are trying to do. Think about it. They tried to do it years ago with the whole, forced into obedience, or shamed into obedience. Like, if you don't, then other people are going to shame you because it's the right thing to do. We're actually trying to help you. And it's like, I don't give a shit. You're taking away my choice. You're taking away my freedom. The answer is no. If you want to kill me, kill me. I will go happily knowing that I made my decision, not you. Feels like war. It does. And this isn't a message to scare anyone, and people might be like, it's the holidays. Is it though? It's the holidays here, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the holidays for everyone. Not everybody celebrates holidays, and it doesn't mean it's the holidays for somebody in another country. It's another day. New Year, where I'm at, is not a new year for other places and other people. We are all just in one big ass moment, and at any second and at any time, we could be taken off this planet for any reason. It could be an accident, it could be some sort of freak accident, it could be a health thing, it could be someone else trying to take your life from you. We are not promised the next second is what I'm trying to say, and that is the truth. So someone here is almost like willing to die for their freedom. Willing to die to be able to keep their own choice. Not giving in. Not laying down and taking it. Not surrendering. Not being forced or shamed or scared into submission. Not being forced into obedience. It's like, do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. You know, this could be anything though. It could be, let's say, I mean, hell, myself included. Anyone who speaks something on the internet and says, hey, this is what's going on in your government, allegedly. This is what's going on in the world. This is the truth, the fact of the matter. And it's like, take it down or else. It's a threat is what it is. This whole message is 100% a threat. It's either a threat to an individual person from a higher up company or something, or it's a threat to, it's a definite threat. But it's not an actual threat, because the biggest threat you could ever really think of is someone taking your choice. That's a threat. But you always have your choice. Even if you have to die for it. Even if you get canceled for it. Even if you get smeared for it. Reduced. Hidden. Taken. Removed. Shamed. Like, you're not going to threaten me to hush. You're not going to threaten me into silence. You're not going to threaten me to worship your God. You're not going to threaten me to abide by your laws and your rules. You're not going to threaten me to take medication. You're not going to fucking threaten me. No, absolutely not. This could be done in a million different scenarios, guys. You know, it could be at gunpoint. It could be, I mean, I don't know why I said gunpoint, but it could be. It could be by firearms. It could be by war. It's a definite, again, I say threat. But it could also be like, you know, as simple as somebody in a relationship who says, if you don't quit communicating with them, or if you don't, like an ultimatum, if you don't stop talking to your family, or you don't stop being friends with this person, or you don't do this, it's like, then this is what's going to happen. And it's like, well, then let it happen. You're not going to demand me to do anything. Call me stubborn. Call me in my ego. Call me insubordinate. Call me not caring about humanity. But I get to decide what happens to my body. I get to decide what happens in my life. I get to decide who I believe in, who I worship. I get to decide. You will not take my choice. Even if you think you can. Even if you think you're more powerful than me. Even if you have more money than me. Even if you have more firearms than me, more control. If you have to steal or force people into obedience, scare them, it's clear you don't have real power. If you have to give me an ultimatum, it's clear you don't really love me. It's something like that. And let's say it is a worldwide thing, like it's a government or a terrorist group or something. It's kind of like, maybe they can't outright, especially the government, allegedly, maybe they can't outright say, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. Or maybe they can, but it hasn't happened yet. Let's say they can't at this point. They may be like, well, we can make it where we're just trying to do this because we care about you guys, so that if you don't, everyone around you will turn on you and try to shame you or cancel you. So you will undoubtedly be ruined anyway. You see what I'm saying? But we're still not the bad guys because we didn't do it. You could have just simply listened. We're trying to help you here. We're trying to help you. It's like being force-fed in a way. Maybe it's just shit's about to get real. I mean, you know, that's what I think. This could be, it doesn't have to be governmental, but it feels like it more so, especially because it's a general message and I'm strongly getting it. You know, it's almost like being taken over. Like the movie Ophelia, I think it's free on Netflix, but I don't know, it may not be on Netflix anymore. The movie Ophelia, in the end, they basically ambushed the castle. Which, in that movie, they had the right to, because the fucking whole hierarchy of everything was completely corrupt and fucked up. But it's almost like, you know, if you do not... I'm hearing a rebellion. There could be a rebellion of some sort, or a massive protest, or a massive riot due to people being tired of being fucking forced or shamed by others around them who are sleeping. You can call them the sheeple. People around them who are sleeping, who are believing the lies, who are believing that these people care for us, you know? It's kind of like, it's a rebellion. I definitely get it. Could be, again, though, someone who's just rebelling against their partner, because their partner's trying to basically force them into being faithful, or in the sense of force them into staying with them, force them into not having certain connections with people due to their own insecurities. Let's say somebody's not unfaithful. They're not a cheater. They don't have bad intentions. But it's like, wait, I can't be friends with who I want. I can't reach out to who I want. I can't talk to who I want because you don't like them or because you don't like it. But I know I'm coming from a good place. I know that I'm loyal and dedicated. If you don't know that, I don't know what to tell you. It's like somebody backing up. I see somebody slowly backing away from another person. Like, is this your aim? Is this the way you want things to go? Okay. Well, I'm out. Okay, I watched a movie, actually. This is a perfect example. I don't know why I didn't think of this. Some of you probably haven't seen this, and it is... Well, I can't say this because I actually liked it, and I got a lot of spiritual messages from it. But it is a movie that moves rather slowly. It seems to drag out. But basically, the basis of this movie is... It's called The Impeccable Room, or... It's on Hulu. It's called, like, The Immaculate Room. You guys should watch it. It's basically this couple who, they're not married. It kind of alludes to the fact that they already have some issues going on, and perhaps they're doing this to kind of save their relationship. I don't know, but basically they sign up for some sort of, it can be considered like a game show, but it's not a game show, where a billionaire sets up this plan to have a massive white room. It'd be like if you had a big house and it was just, everything was painted white and there's nothing in there. No television. They can't have their cell phones, and they have to stay in there. I believe it was 50 days. No windows. They cannot leave. They can't go in the bathroom at the same time. And they are allowed, if they want, to take with what is called treats. But every time they take a treat, money is taken from the final cash prize, which is like $5 million or something like that. Don't hold me on that. It's a lot of money. So in the beginning, they agreed to split, you know, to you get your half, I get mine. And the man takes, I don't want to ruin the movie, but basically there's a point. I'm just going to say this. If you don't want me to ruin the movie, click off now and then come back and watch it after you watch the movie. I'm going to get to the end. In the end, there's a whole lot of shit that goes on, but basically they start to lose their minds. They're losing their minds. Not to mention, the only thing that's in there really, other than a bed and like a table, is this clock that is every second is counting down how long they've been in there. I mean, imagine what that does to a person. But see, the man is like paying attention to it, right? And he's looking at it. And he's like, I feel like the time is different. Like the seconds seem to be longer. You know what I'm saying? How would they know? How would they know if the billionaire, the man who set up the whole game to begin with, wasn't fucking with the time? They'd have no way of knowing. They didn't have any way of being able to tell. They didn't have their phones. They had no windows to tell if it was night or dark. They had no way of knowing. So it's like, imagine, you would go fucking crazy, you know? So he's looking at the time and he's like, oh. Anyway, he eventually decides, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't. It's not worth the money. It's tearing us apart. We're losing our minds. We're destroying each other. And this is destroying us. It's not worth the money. Let's get out. He tries to get her to leave with him. Let's get out of here. This isn't what I wanted. I don't want to, like, basically sell my soul for a chance to get money. And she pulls out a gun, which they didn't have a gun in the beginning, but the show, at some point, somebody, while they were sleeping, brought a gun in. If that's not twisted. It was almost like it was trying to make them go fucking crazy. You know? You have to watch it. Anyway, she fucking holds the gun to him, and she's like, basically threatening him that if he leaves, she's not gonna let him. She'll shoot him, you know? So she shoots one of the bullets up in the air, and he, like, not to mention, she had just knocked the dude into the wall and almost killed the motherfucker. Like, he was bleeding because they got into a fight. And he walks out on her. He leaves. He hits the red button, and he's like, I'm out. So he chooses to let his portion of the money go. And he leaves after spending a significant amount. I think they had 16 days left at this point. But they were losing their fucking minds. And he walks out. She didn't end up shooting him. I mean, he leaves. Thank God he didn't die from her fucking pushing him into a wall. But I'm not going to say how the actual movie ends, but that's close to the ending. And it makes me think of it here. Where I'm like, you're not going to threaten me for something that you want. If this is what you want, have what you want. Take what you want. Be what you want. But I have decided this is not good for me anymore. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. It's not what I signed up for. It's not at all. I've changed my mind. And I want to leave. And you're not going to force me to stay. If you got to hold a gun to me, if you have to try to, again, force me to stay, you're going to have to kill me. Because I want out. And I'll take my loss. But I don't want to suffer anymore. And I don't want to suffer for this. But I'm also not going to force you to leave with me. I can tell you why I think this is a good idea, but if you want to stay, you can stay. I'm getting out of here. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like that, like the movie I just watched last night, where it's like, someone is going to take their power back, or if they haven't lost their power, they're going to keep it. Even when they're under pressure, when they're under a threat. It's like, you're not going to threaten me to make a certain decision in my life that I don't want to make. And I will take the loss. I will take it all. I will take it in the chest right here. You can draw a fucking target on me. I will not do it. I will not yield, and I will not give in. You know, it'd almost be like maybe blackmail. Someone could try to blackmail someone here too. Like, if you don't do this, I'm going to release this. And it's like, then do it. Do it. You're not going to control me with fear. Shoot it. Shoot the fucking gun. Blow me up if you need to. Smear me all over the ground. But I'm not doing it. It's a standoff is what it is. There's a standoff happening, or will be happening. Could be between two people, could be between, like I said, terrorist groups, governments. It could even be in a company. Like, this could be as simple as maybe there's somebody who's like, I'm not paying for my room. Like, let's say it's in a hotel. Someone's like, I'm not paying for this. I will not pay for it. And they're like, you will. You will pay for it. We're going to call the cops. And they're like, call the fucking cops. I'm not paying for it. How I got treated in here and I did not get what I paid for, I'm not paying. Or it could be somebody that goes out to eat somewhere and they're like, I'm not paying for this. There's bugs in my food. I will absolutely not pay for it. And I don't think it's going to be that simple. I think it's like, has to do with people's beliefs. You know what I mean? It has to do with what's right. But it could be as simple as like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do it. You know? Because I'm not getting what I paid for. I'm not getting what I invested in. It could be that simple, right? And so there could be a standoff that way, where maybe there's issues, arguments, problems that arise from people who are they're not being subordinate, they're not listening, and it's because they feel, or maybe it's true, that they haven't been treated properly and they haven't got what they invested in or something like that. But I think it's deeper. I think it goes much deeper than this. You know, it's definitely an ultimatum and a threat, but I'm gonna leave this here, guys. That's what we have for this message today. I have a lot to do and I've got to get going. It's about to be dark outside. So I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Stand firm. Don't let anyone scare you into submission. Talk to you later. Bye.